Every instrument is different, every room is very different. So you can never go to a site and say, I know what I'm going to do. You have to listen very carefully at the very beginning, especially, get a sense of the acoustic, and then gradually draw conclusions as to what direction you're going to take the voice in. And that's always a challenge for me.
I think tin and lead may have been the easiest metals for the Renaissance and classical organ builders to get a hold of, easiest to deal with, and they just make a really good sound. A lot of builders have tried other things. You try aluminum. You know, a lot of people might think that aluminum or steel could make good organ pipes, but they're too hard. Give us a stir, Will, see what we got. We should just go.
Yep. 1, 2, 3, go.
The part of the pipe that resonates, that forms the tone and the basis of the tone and sort of gives it its sound, needs to be a metal that's, you know, that will resonate, that's flexible.
Terry, we're still getting a little striping here at the butt end, but that's just an indication of the thickness, I guess.
Just like a bell in a church steeple, when it rings, the bell actually has a ringing harmonic that the metal sets up within itself. And the organ pipe needs to do the same. And tin and lead is really good at that.
85. 80. I like to have the thickness decrease gradually as we go up the sheet. That's exactly how we want to use the metal in the pipe, with a fairly heavy metal at the bottom of the pipe for strength, with thinner metal near the top of the pipe so there's not too much overall weight.
There are different mixtures. If you make pipes out of 100% lead or 98% lead as we do, that gives a much more foundational tone, a little bit darker, mellow tone. And if you increase the tin, it starts to get a little brighter, and it just helps the harmonics that way.
And so the hammering process, simply as we move the hammer over the metal, it gets rid of all those imperfections. And again, it's a traditional method, has been used for many hundreds of years. We've adapted it with modern air hammers, but it was originally done with hand hammers or trip hammers.
These have human body parts. That's the body, this is the foot, that's the toe. This whole area collectively is the mouth. You have an upper lip, a lower lip, a languid, which is, I think, Latin for tongue, and ears.
In an average pipe organ, probably 20% of the pipes are reed pipes. And the rest of them are flue pipes, which are basically large whistles. Columns of air vibrating as opposed to a piece of brass and a reed vibrating.
So 2 or 3 or 4 times around, you know, the first 2 or 3 just to heat it up. And then the final one, when everything's nice and hot, you get the best looking seam.
Let's see if it works.
It'll all be contained in this airtight chamber, which is called the boot. And then it sits on the wind chest, and the wind enters in this hole vibrates the reed, and the sound comes out there.